Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Purple Pit on the campus of South Eugene High School in beautiful Eugene, Oregon, as tonight we get ready to bring you Roseburg High School boys basketball as the Indians wrap up the first time through the Southwest Conference season and take on the South Eugene Axe. It's a Friday night, and high school hoops coming up for you here on The Score. Blazers basketball wrapping up just a few moments ago. Tough one to finish out a three-game road trip for Portland as they lose their fourth straight. 127-97 final score against the New York Knicks. At Madison Square Garden, things do not go the Blazers' way. They will return home to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers coming up on Sunday. Following that, the Roseburg boys basketball team coming up tonight, looking to try and finish off the night strong here for the Indians. JV2 got a win earlier against the South Eugene Axe, 55-44. The JV team just suffered a 59-52 loss. They led for a majority of the game, just ran out of some gas down the stretch and ended up falling by 7. Now the varsity matchup coming up for us. They're playing all three levels here on the same floor at the Purple Pit. Normally they have a second gym going for some of these games, but for some reason tonight they're playing all three here on the varsity floor. And so we have them all stacked back to back to back, triple header going on. And as you might expect, 3 games in a row, some things kind of got slowed down. So we're a little bit delayed on getting things started here tonight, but the countdown is underway to tip off for tonight's varsity matchup. Good evening, everybody. I am Joey Keeran. It's great to be with you for another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. Welcome into the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Coming up here on the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Brett Nixon. It's our pregame coaches interview brought to you by Bowers Industrial. Well, the Roseburg Indians coming off of a game that, at least for a half, wasn't too bad for the Indians, but they end up losing by 32 against South Medford, 94-62 on Tuesday at South Medford. Roseburg trailed by 27-25 with about 5 minutes left to go in the first half, but South Medford went on a 20-8 run to pull away into going into the locker room at halftime, and then started the second half on a 12-2 run, quickly turning what was just a 2-point lead for the Panthers into a 20-point lead late in that ball game, and Roseburg could not make up the difference. They were a bit short-handed. Marcus Lobo was out dealing with an illness. He is back tonight. We'll see how much run he gets as he tries to get back into some game shape after taking time off and dealing with some sick illness. Coach saying that he was back at practice yesterday, seemed all right, but we'll see how things go for him as he starts getting up and down the floor. He'll be needed as Roseburg looks to provide some depth here this evening, something that they didn't really have against South Medford, and guys obviously started running out of gas. Gavin Michael was also out in that game against South Medford, missing his second consecutive game with an ankle injury. Gavin Michael, looking down there, he is back out on the floor tonight, so that's also a good sign for Roseburg as they will regain some depth. They're also bringing up a few guys from the JV team, and they are expected to get at least a quarter of play here tonight. Majority of those guys from the JV team played 4 quarters, so they only have 1 quarter left to go this evening, but they would be able to get out there and provide maybe a couple of moments of rest for a starter, a guy playing heavy minutes, and give them the opportunity to catch their breath, get a drink of water before going back out on the floor. So we'll see how the rotation looks here tonight for the Roseburg Indians as we get ready to take on the South Eugene Axe. As for South Eugene, they're coming off of a 67-59 loss on the road against Sheldon on Tuesday. South Medford has lost back-to-back games. They're 9-9 on the season, 3-2 in Southwest Conference play. The Axe right now sitting towards the middle of the Southwest Conference standings, actually sitting right now in 3rd place, but just a 1-game lead over 4th place, Grants Pass and North Medford, with half the league season still left to go after tonight. So a lot that could still be decided for those teams battling behind Sheldon, who's 5-0, and South Medford, who is 5-1. We'll see how things continue to play out in the Southwest Conference with the second half of the league season to come up, and the the South Eugene boys fighting to try and get one of those automatic playoff spots in the Southwest Conference. For the South Eugene team, they are under new leadership this season. George Zaninovich has taken over for previous coach Solomon Harris, who was the coach here for 3 seasons and went 37 and 38 in his time. He is taking over along with assistant coach Stacy Turnbull. They'll lead this Axe team this season, and so far they've been off to a decent start. They do have 3 returning all-conference selections from a year ago. Elijah Gabriel was the highest-ranked one. He was a second-team All-Southwest Conference selection as a sophomore last year. They also returned a couple of seniors who earned honorable mention All-Southwest Conference selection in Cameron Perry and Calvin Yoder. Those 3 all-conference selections returned for the Tribe this year, and they will look to lead the way here tonight. Both Cameron Perry and Calvin Yoder already do have offers from a couple of college programs. Cameron Perry offered by Detroit Community Christian College in Dearborn Heights, Michigan, and Calvin Yoder offered by Pierce College in Lakewood, Washington, according to their social media pages. So we'll see how they fare against Roseburg tonight. The JV game, if that's any indication, got to see all of that, and if that's any indication of what the Roseburg Indians are going to be up against tonight, they're going to be seeing a lot of defensive pressure in the backcourt that they'll have to deal with this evening. We'll see how that one goes. Roseburg comes in averaging just over 50 points a game at 50.8. They're coming off of 62 in their last game, but they do give up 78.1 per game, and that is a number they would like to see continue to come down, but defense has definitely been a bit of a setback for this team, although they did play better defense at least for a half earlier this week on Tuesday. As for South Eugene, they come in averaging 61.7 per game, and they give up, their numbers are almost identical. They average scoring 61.7 a game. They give up 61.5, a difference of 0.2. It's been almost identical between the two, so we'll see how that goes tonight for the Axe. In the rest of the conference tonight, Sheldon is at North Medford, Willamette at Grants Pass. Those games got started earlier tonight. We can see if we can find a final score on those 2 matchups going on, probably getting close to wrapping up right about now. And we'll see if we can have some final scores to pass along to you there as we make our way through our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Going on down at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium tonight, the Roseburg girls looking to get a win to snap a bit of a losing streak for them. They are taking on the South Eugene Lady Axe down in Roseburg, and Kyle Bailey is feeding us some scores from that one. We had a halftime score with Roseburg leading. We'll try to follow that throughout tonight's broadcast and get you an opportunity to find out how the Roseburg girls are doing tonight as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break here as we get ready for tip-off tonight. Roseburg and South Eugene getting ready to square off. It's our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview with head coach Brett Nixon coming up when we return after this 2-minute break on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. It's time now for our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview. Bowers Industrial, proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. Roseburg basketball up at the Purple Pit as we wrap up the first time through the Southwest Conference season tonight. And joining me now is Coach Brett Nixon. Coach, the guys coming off of, I think we talked about, another positive game where I know the result wasn't what you wanted, but it was a contest where it feels like this team continues to take some positive steps. I know kind of got a little bit wore down as that game went on against South Medford. How do you feel like maybe depth is looking as you guys go into this one against South Eugene?
Yeah, I mean, we're down a little bit with bringing some guys back, but then we had an injury yesterday, so you lose one, you gain one. So we're kind of we are going to swing some younger kids just so we have a little more bodies that we need to throw. Even if they can just give some of the returning varsity guys a spell, just give them a couple more minutes. Maybe we can get a little more rest. That way we don't get gassed.
Yeah. We saw some good things early on in that game against South Medford where you guys were back and forth in that first quarter and early into the second quarter. What did you see during those good stretches that hopefully you guys can kind of build off of and continue to see more of that throughout the entire four quarters?
Well, really, it was ball control and trusting each other during the offense. They would actually pass the ball and staying within the context of the offense. And so that's what we got to do today. We got to play team defense, which we did against South Medford in the first half really well. Play good defense, take care of the ball, and execute your offense.
Yeah. And those were things you highlighted going into that matchup was taking care of the basketball, not turning it over. We talked about rebounding after the game, and I felt like you guys did a much better job of attacking the glass to try and combat that. But the defensive effort in that early going felt like it had to step up from what we've seen from the team at times this season. Now, trying to play defense full court and trying to play every bounce of the basketball can wear a team down. And like we said, that team seemed to get a little bit wore out as that game goes on. But the defensive effort, was it better than maybe what we've seen from this team throughout much of the season?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it was fun to watch them last week, our last game. And I'm hoping that we can bring that today. Mm-hmm. I had a really great practice, real sharp practice yesterday. Got them into the gym, got them going. So I think we're hopefully going to ride that high from that game. Great practices, and hopefully get a W tonight.
Do you feel like there's an opportunity to maybe be able to build some confidence in the fact that this team sees when they play it a certain way, that the game goes better for them, that they can be in games against teams like a very good and always quality opponent in South Medford? I mean, do you feel like this team, I know the win-loss record's not where you want it to be, and that can get guys kind of in their head or feeling down, but when you see maybe some of those positive things on the court, do you feel like they can build off of that?
Oh, I do, and I think they do too. We did a couple film sessions this week before practice, and you hear the kids muttering amongst themselves like, "Man, we were playing good. Man, we should do that more often." Like, yeah, you should do that more often. So they're starting to believe it, and I believed in them the whole time. So hopefully we just got to put that product for 4 quarters in a row. We can't have a great half and then blow it in the second half. We've got to put it all 4 quarters together and get a win.
Tonight you guys take on South Eugene to wrap up the first half of the Southwest Conference season. How do you feel like, or what have you seen on tape about these guys? What do you feel like is going to be some of the keys to the game for tonight?
They're big. Again, they're going to be larger than we are across the board, but they've got a big guard. I think he's rostered 6'4", 6'5", shoots the ball really well. They also have a good big inside. Got good shooters. They're going to run you. So. Yeah, we got to be on top of our game and run the floor and hopefully try to, again, control tempo. Mm-hmm. We don't want to try to trade baskets because that doesn't go well for us. So we got to control it and then execute.
from this JV game that's been going on before ours, been seeing that the Axe are using a lot of full court press. Is that something you've seen out of the varsity? Is that something you guys are going to have to deal with once again here tonight?
Yeah, they're gonna pressure us full court for sure. Try to get us rattled, try to get those turnovers. So we ran through our break over and over and over in the last couple of days of practice, almost to the point that it just became repetition. And that's what we need to do. I need them to get in there and not think about it, and just play the game.
And that's not something new. We've seen teams do that to you guys here this season. And I remember, I think it was Sheldon maybe, or one of the games here the last couple of weeks where you guys were able to get a decent number of points and get some guys in the right spot down the other side of the floor and break that press and get some easy buckets. So you feel like that's in the cards and a possibility for you guys?
Yeah, I think so. We just got, like I said, with that press break, we just got to get the ball in the middle of the floor. We'll look weak side, and it's lands, but we just got to make sure that we're executing.
All right, Coach. Best of luck out there tonight.
All right, thanks, sir.
That is head coach Brett Nixon. It's our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Well, we are just about ready to get this one underway. We'll have your Southern Septic Service starting lineups coming up when we come back. I want to remind you tonight's game is streaming live with video online at our 541radio.com website, as well as on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. If you head to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and you can hit the bell notification, and you can get alerted when we go live with another broadcast of Roseburg High School sports. So if you are wanting to follow Roseburg sports throughout the rest of this school year, head to 1490 The Score on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and follow along with us. I'm Joey Keeran. This has been the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Coming up next is the Southern Septic Service starting lineups. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service is woman and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We come back with the starting lineups and the opening tip from the Purple Pit. It's Roseburg and South Eugene here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Now the start lineup. We start for S for Roseburg.
Back at South Eugene High School, getting ready for the opening tip, brought to you by Southern Septic Service. It's time for our starting lineups. First for the visiting Roseburg Indians, 0-17 on the year in first-year head coach Brett Nixon's season here, inaugural year with the Indians. His starting five is going to look familiar. It's the same that we had earlier this week at South Medford. Harrison Scott, the senior leading scorer on this team, averaging 18.2 a game, will be starting along with junior Tristan Frabel, who is coming off of a season-high 19 points. Jaden Kemmerly, a senior, averaging 8 a game, gets the start tonight along with Preston Sprague, the second leading scorer on the team at 8.1. And junior Gannon Egbert will start tonight for the Indians. On the other side for the home team, the South Eugene Axe, at 9-9 on the season. They've got a first-year head coach in George Zaninovich. His starting five will have senior Robin Lynn, a sophomore Levi Cohen, along with a junior, second-team All-Southwest Conference selection, Elijah Gabriel, averaged 13 points a game against Roseburg as a sophomore last year. Cameron Perry, a senior, honorable mention All-Southwest Conference selection, averaged 14 against Roseburg last year in 2 games. And Calvin Yoder, a senior, averaged 13 against Roseburg a year ago, gets the start tonight as well. That's a look at your starting lineups. In the home white jerseys is South Eugene. They've got purple numbers on the front and the back, and on the chest on the front, South in purple. On the other side, the road black jerseys for Roseburg. White numbers outlined in orange on the front and the back. Roseburg across the chest in white for the Tribe. It'll be Preston Sprague in the middle, jumping against Elijah Gabriel. A couple of sophomores going at it, and continuing a trend that has been good for Preston Sprague. He wins the opening tip. It'll be Harrison Scott angling to the left in the front court as Roseburg goes right to left on your radio dial tonight. Hands it off to Tristan Frabel, takes it out to the top. Crossover, working against Robin Lynn. Going right side, pass, zigged when he should have shaked. Then zigged when he should have zagged, and throws it into a gaggle of co-eds in the student section on the far side. Turnover by Roseburg to open up the ball game. South Eugene will bring it up the floor. Angle to the left side, dribbling baseline, and dribbling off his own foot is Calvin Yoder. Passed him in the hallway earlier, and he is a big load for Roseburg to try and tackle tonight. Indians and the Axe both turning it over on their opening possession. Frabel will bring it length of the floor through the center circle. Angles left side, gets around the defender, gets to the left block, turnaround jumper. It rolls off the iron. Underneath it's Yoder that pulls down the rebound. Up the far side of the floor, quickly working in the front court, getting baseline, but too strong. It was Gabriel, but he's able to chase down his own rebound. He goes out to the top and will drain a three. Elijah Gabriel gets the scoring started for South Eugene. The Axe will take the early 3-0 lead. Behind the back dribble out at the top for Harrison Scott. The lefty goes with his left hand, drives in. He gets bumped as he puts it off the glass. Too strong. Shot doesn't go, but we get a whistle and our first foul here in the ball game with 6:54 to go in the first quarter. 3-0 South Eugene in front. Foul goes against South Eugene's Levi Cohen. Picks up his first. At the free throw line, Harrison Scott will knock down the first to get Roseburg on the board. Harrison Scott was 3 for 3, or make that 6 for 6 at the free throw line in the game on Tuesday against South Eugene, or South Medford. Here against South Eugene, he hits them both. Up the floor, behind the back dribble for Gabriel, tosses it out. Pass got tipped, but it stays with the Axe. Yoder gets it at the left elbow, dribbles out, and fadeaway jumper goes through for the senior Yoder. 5-2, South Medford in front. Angling to the right side around a screen from Egbert. Harrison Scott gives it up to Kemmerly on the right wing. He'll dribble it out to the top at the timeline. Preston Sprague drives, tries to dump it over the top, got tipped, and last touch by Egbert. The ball got tipped, and so off target, and he tried to pull his hands back before it got to him, but he could not get his hands out of the way, and the ball goes out. Last touch by the Indians. Up the floor comes South Eugene, leading by 3. Yoder at the top. Fakes the handoff to Gabriel, almost missed-dribbled, gives it off to Lynn. Lynn tries to attack, makes a wraparound pass into the right corner, driving baseline, too flat, and the rebound got tipped to Egbert after the miss by Gabriel. Up the floor come the Indians. Deep three by Harrison Scott. He knocks it through. Harrison Scott has all 5 for Roseburg, and he ties this up. On the right side, driving in, Yoder gives it out to the top, gets it back from Lynn. He was too strong. Excuse me, that was Cohen that fed him. Too strong, loose ball into the backcourt, tumbling for it, and it's over in back for South Eugene. They were the first to touch it. Levi Cohen getting back there after the long rebound went into the backcourt. South Eugene gives it back to the Indians. Tie ball game after the 3 by Harrison Scott. He'll receive it in the backcourt and circles around to the far side of the floor. Out in front of the student section for South Eugene, goes around a screen left. Out at the left wing, hands it off shortly to Kemmerly. He'll pull up for a deep 3. That one rims out. Rebound pulled down by Gabriel. He'll go coast to coast and loses it out of bounds off his leg a second time. He did that on the opening possession of the ball game, and Gabriel gives it up. Gabriel, Perry, and Yoder expected to be the guys that will help carry the load for South Eugene tonight. So far, it has been Calvin Yoder that has done most of the damage out of the 3. Whip a pass into the corner, find the open man underneath, and it's Preston Sprague able to get free, and he gets his first 2 and puts Roseburg in front for the first time. It's 7-5. Indians with a 2-point lead. Out at the top trying to answer a straightaway 3. No, tipped back out to Cohen. He gets the offensive second chance here, and he almost turns it over as the ball went through his hands on the baseline. He does track it down in the corner. Turnaround jumper in the middle. That is Yoder again. He's got 4 in the ball game, and he ties us back up. Calvin Yoder with a couple of made 2s, both from mid-range jumpers. Out at the top, Frabel. Left-hand dribble. Had it redirected, almost out of bounds. Double team comes, trying to throw it off of a South Eugene player. Harrison Scott, loose ball, picked up by the Axe, up the floor in front of everybody, and able to lay it in. I believe that Levi Cohen. And back in front go the Axe, 9-7. Roseburg on the other end, quick shot, can't get it to fall. And South Eugene will turn it over in transition. That was Cohen on the Butterfingers there, slipped right through his hands, out of bounds into the scorer's table, and Roseburg will get it back, trailing by 2. 4:04 to go here in the first quarter. Good action back and forth here as Roseburg continues to be strong early against a Southwest Conference opponent. Can they do it for 4 quarters? Out at the top, trying to double team. Pass into the left corner. Kemmerly with it, looking across the floor. Skip pass all the way to the other corner. A 3 from the far side for Frabel is good. Tristan Frabel's been coming alive offensively for Roseburg as of late, and he will get his first bucket and put Roseburg back in front. 10-9 in the middle. A little baby hook for Cameron Perry. He answers and gives South Eugene the lead back at 11-10. Angling left side, step back long 2 by Frabel, and he rattles it through. He was on the line as he put it up, and so it's just a 2-pointer, 12-11. Roseburg back in front, loose ball taken away. Preston Sprague, he's going to go 1-on-2, behind the back dribble, through the middle of the lane, and he can't finish. It would have been a highlight reel play, but it doesn't go down for Preston Sprague. And then a foul on the rebound, a fight for the basketball. We've got substitutions coming. Our score 12-11. Roseburg in front with 3:14 to go. And we're going to get a timeout down on the floor. Timeout taken by the Axe. And I had that wrong for those that are watching online. Timeout taken by South Eugene. We'll take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. South Eugene basketball out of the timeout, trailing by 1. Pull-up mid-range jumper continues to go for Calvin Yoder. He's got 6 in the contest, and he puts South Eugene back in front, 13-12. Out at the top, Harrison Scott drew a double team. Pass got redirected to Frabel. He keeps his dribble going and saves the possession. Pull up left elbow jumper. It's off the mark for Harrison Scott. And the rebound down to the Axe. Up the floor in transition. Perry spin to his right. Gets stopped in the lane. Got the defender up. And Perry then attacks. Goes up with the left hand. And it's a little run here for the Axe. Puts them back in front by 3. 15-12. That ties their largest lead of the game. Out at the top, Harrison Scott tries to split 2 defenders, loses the basketball out in front of everybody. Here goes the slam dunk, a one-hand stuff for Calvin Yoder. He's got 8 in the ball game, and Roseburg's down by 5. A run here by the Axe, and Roseburg's turned it over on a couple of possessions. Got to handle the press from this zone defense a little better. Long jumper from Frabel. It rims off. It was an off-balance attempt. Loose ball, fight for it on the ground, jump ball. And the possession arrow will favor South Eugene. So the Axe will get the basketball, leading by 5, 17-12. They've gone on a 6-0 run here to take the lead and stretch it to their largest advantage of the night. 2:02 to play here in the first quarter. In white, the Axe bring it up. Lynn gives it away left side for Yoder. Out to the top, Perry directing, looking for the backdoor cutter. He got it to Lynn, then it is swatted away, and tracking it down is Harrison Scott. Pressure in the backcourt. He will get it across the floor to Frabel, who will bring it up the floor. Walks across the timeline, working against Cohen. Double team, they pressure out top, and the pass gets tipped into the student section once again on the far side of the floor. 1:33 to play first quarter. 17-12, South Eugene in front here at the Purple Pit. Harrison Scott triggers it in from the far sideline, gets it to Egbert. Egbert reverts back to the right hand, bounces into the corner for the lefty Harrison. Scott goes out to the right wing, working against Cohen. Draws it back out with 9 on the shot clock. Pulls up for a long 3. It rims off, and Yoder has the board underneath. He'll get it to a new man into the game, Julius Schaefer, who brings it up the floor. Out to the top for Lynn. Go to the right side, Cohen working against Sprague with the left-hand dribble. Gets in the lane. Jump pass out to Schaefer. Back out to Lynn. 20 on the shot clock. Driving play for Lynn. Gets bumped as he throws it up. It does not stay in the cylinder. Lynn goes to the floor, draws the whistle. And the foul will go against Tristan Frabel, who picks up his second. And that's tough. 2 early fouls for Tristan Frabel. Had 19 points in the game against South Medford. That's a new season and career high for him. That's back-to-back games that he has put up a season high. He had 16 in the game before, but put up 19 against South Medford for a new career best. Lynn at the free throw line hits the first, stretching the lead out to 6 for South Eugene, their largest advantage. Back into the game comes Elijah Gabriel. Calvin Yoder heads to the bench for a breather. Roseburg still with their starting 5 on the floor. No, Marcus Lobo has checked in. Second free throw rattles around and down for Lynn. So he gets both of his free throws to go, and then we'll get a breather. Checking into the game will be Connor Weatherly, a senior. Harrison Scott will run the point up the floor for the Indians. Works the left sideline, gets a screen, pass it away to the far side of the floor. Lobo to the top for Egbert. Straight away, works left side, extended free throw, left side for Kemmerly, attacks to the line, jump stops in the middle, back out to Sprague. Down to 38 seconds to go here in the quarter, and a whistle. Roseburg trailing 19-12 with 37.9. The foul goes against Julius Schaefer. The senior picks up his first. Just the second team foul against the Axe. Both teams with two team fouls here in this first quarter. Inbound to Egbert, gives it right back to Harrison on the far sideline. Scott will dribble out to the top between the circles. Roseburg wearing down clock here. Just a couple of seconds difference between game clock and shot clock. Sprague gives it away into the right corner. Kemmerly drives, gets to the right block, turnaround shot, puts it up, hits the front iron, no good. Rebound comes down. Up with it is Cohen, pushes it up the floor and pushes it too far. Out in front of Cameron Perry, who can't track it down. It goes out across the baseline. Roseburg has it with 13.9 to go in the first quarter. Still plenty of time to try and get points and cut into the deficit. Up the far side of the floor, Scott High out at the top near the timeline, goes left side, one-on-one, and he heaves a shot just before the horn. It does not go. At the end of the first quarter, it is 19-12, South Eugene in front. A 1-minute timeout as we come back for the second quarter on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Douglas County is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
It'll be Roseburg basketball to start the second quarter. They trail 19-12 against the Axe. It is Scott, Egbert, Lobo, Sprague, and Kemmerly on the floor for the Indians here in this second quarter. Same five that were on the floor to start the first, or to end the first period. It is taken away by Yoder, but his relay up the floor was taken away by Marcus Lobo. Lobo tried to throw it off of an Axe player, but got fouled as he was trapped on the sideline. So they'll call a foul against Robin Lynn, who picks up his first here in the second quarter. Got a final from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium where the Roseburg girls win against the South Eugene Axe to try and finish things off. As an offensive foul, illegal screen called against Egbert, and he will pick up his first. Final score, 57-31. Roseburg wins in the girls' matchup tonight from Roseburg. Congratulations to the Roseburg girls on finishing out the first half of conference play on a positive note. They've had a strong first half of the conference season. Bouncing baseline, turnaround, short jumper is good for Gabriel as he gets to 5 points in the ball game, stretching the lead out to 9. Loose ball, pass across the floor, picked up by Kemmerly. On the left side, got it to Lobo, who fed it between two defenders, but Kemmerly couldn't track it down, and Roseburg dealing with this defense from South Eugene, having a hard time, and they have not scored in a while. They're down 9 points here in the first half. Pass away right side, fight for the basketball. Kemmerly almost got it away from Schaefer, who gets back up, gets it to Lynn, trying to drive left side of the lane. Got stopped, out to the top, a three, spins its way down for Elijah Gabriel as he gets his second three of the night, and the lead out to its largest point at 12. Lobo running the point, brings it left side, pass it away to the wing for Kemmerly. On the edge, Kemmerly will dribble back out to the top. Hands it off to Lobo. Marcus, pass almost picked off by Lynn. It's going to be a timeout taken by Roseburg. A 30-second timeout. We're going to sneak one in as well. Let's get in another 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
6:26 to go in the second quarter. Roseburg with the basketball, trailing by a dozen. Their largest deficit of the game. They'll have the ball. Lobo gives it to Egbert. Out to the top for Sprague. Sets up the half-court offense to the left side for Kemmerly. Got a little bit of space. Tried to go with the pick and roll. Did get it to Sprague underneath, but he gets tangled up with South Eugene, and a whistle will stop the play. They call that foul against Connor Weatherly, and that'll be the second team foul against the Axe here in the second quarter. Roseburg basketball from underneath their own hoop. Scott triggers it out to the top. Kemmerly receives it, looks for the cutter, and a kick ball by South. Roseburg trying to run the offense in the half court, but South doing a good job of being in the passing lanes. Again, Harry will inbound from the baseline. Scott gets it out to the top to Sprague. Goes to the left elbow, bounce it into the corner. Step back for a three by Kemmerly. Splash! Kemmerly gets his first points. It's a much-needed three by Roseburg. Cuts it down to a 9-point game. 24-15. Angling right side, Lynn had it tipped, but Roseburg can't come up with a steal. Lynn again had his entry pass tipped, this time going to the floor. Kemmerly has it, and he'll get it to Egbert, and Roseburg does come up with a stop. Harrison Scott up the floor. He gets hit from behind as he launches a three. He doesn't get a whistle on the contact, and the three rattles off. It's pulled down by the Axe, and Lynn brings it into the front court, slows it down as he waits for his team to set up. On the left side, he'll bounce it down to the blocks, turning and squaring, goes with the reverse up and under, dropping one in for Weatherly. 26-15. Scott, hesitation dribble left side, and it goes off of a leg, off of a foot, goes to the Axe, up the floor, and with a twisting lay-in attempt, forced across the baseline and out of bounds. Roseburg basketball off of Weatherly. Back into the game will be Levi Cohen for South Eugene, and Calvin Yoder both check in as Lynn and Weatherly will head back to the bench. Harrison Scott also checks out of the game as Roseburg will have Tristan Frabel come back in. Frabel been a big piece offensively for the Tribe the last couple of games. He tosses it up the floor, across the timeline to Kemmerly. Kemmerly gets it back in the corner on a pass from Lobo. Out to the top, Sprague resets things, now gives it back to Frabel to run the point. They work it to the left side of the floor. Lobo looking to attack with the dribble, angles back to the right side, getting it to Egbert, who attacks to the free throw line, gets run over by Yoder. No whistle right away, but finally one did come. Calvin Yoder ran right through the chest of Gannon Egbert and picks up the foul. It's his first. Third team foul against the Axe. Roseburg has it on their own baseline. 35 on the shot clock. Inbound goes right to Preston Sprague, and he gets the lob to go down. Preston Sprague now has 4 in the ball game. Out at the top, a 3 for South Eugene. Rattles out of the cylinder, and the rebound comes down to the Axe. With it was Schaefer. Out to the top, they work it around the perimeter. Gabriel gets it to Yoder. Jump pass underneath, dumps it off, and now they'll get the bucket and a foul. Going up with it was Cameron Perry. And he gets hit in the act of shooting, puts it down, and has a chance at the traditional three-point play. 28-17 our score with 4:19 to go in the third quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You gotta get to Gibbs. And by our friends over at Dr. Alanson Randall. The and one does not go down for Perry. Back out to an 11-point game. It's been as much as a 12-point lead for the Axe. Angling right side. Nice dump late there by Frabel as he makes the little pocket pass to Sprague, and Sprague has 4 in the period. Trying to answer on the other side. A 3 by Yoder does not go. So Roseburg back within 9. They get the defensive stop, and into the front court comes Frabel. No-look pass into the right corner for Kemmerly. Kemmerly looks to attack, tries to feed it underneath to Egbert, out to the left side for Lobo. Lobo hands it back to Frabel on the left side. Frabel had 5 points in the first quarter, scoreless so far here in the second. Pass gets tipped. He tried to feed it over to the far side of the floor to Kemmerly. He got knocked out of bounds across the baseline. Roseburg has it with 16 on the shot clock. Frabel will be the one to inbound. Lobs out to the top. Pass is tipped. Up the floor, one-on-one. Egbert commits the foul against Gabriel, but he doesn't stop him enough. And Gabriel gets the continuation to the rim, and he'll get it to go and has a chance at the three-point play as the lead has been stretched back out to 11. That'll send the junior Elijah Gabriel to the line. He has got 10 points in the ball game. And can't get the and one. Rebound tipped up and around. Tap back out. A three by Cohen. Nope, back iron. Long rebound. And Roseburg comes up with it. Lobo gets it up the floor. Got it to Egbert, who is trickling out. And Gannon will have his first points of the game. 30-21. Driving in. Kick out across. A three is short by Perry. Rebound tracked down in the corner. Falling down, dumping a pass in the middle is Schaefer as Perry goes right over the top of Egbert. And Gannon gets whistled for the foul. Looked like he was just taking cover. So back at the free throw line will be Cameron Perry. He is 0 for 1. He'll get a chance at 2 here. With a break in the action, we let you know. Tonight's game brought to you by Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. First free throw, no good. Free throws a struggle for South Eugene so far tonight. They are 2 for 5 in this one. Second one goes down. 1 out of 2 for Perry at the free throw line. It is 31-21. 10-point lead for the Axe. Frabel, double team, sneaks his way between 2 defenders, gets the pass off to Gavin Michael, who is checked back in for the first time in a few games. Baseline, trying to back his way in, turn around, twisted off-balance jumper by Sprague, doesn't go. Quickly up the floor for South Eugene, soaring to the rim, and laying it in is Gabriel. And he's got another 2. He is up to 12 points in the ball game. 33-21 with 2:29 to go in the first half. Shot off the mark, but Frabel gets the rebound. Long pass, near side. Kemmerly a 3. Hey, he splashes in another one. Second in the period for Jaden Kemmerly, helping keep it in Roseburg in this one. Down by 9, but quickly the other way. Attacking goes South Eugene, and Cameron Perry this time finishes in front of the rim. They're using their size to their advantage. 35-24. Pass away left side, Frabel. Double team comes to get him on the sideline. Into the middle. Lobo kicks it to the far side for Kemmerly. Can't get another corner 3. Rebound pulled down by Schaefer. Up the floor come the Axe. Under 2 minutes to go first half. Euro step left side with the finish is Cohen. And Roseburg can't stop him from getting to the rim at this point in time. Down to 1:39 to go in the first half. 37-24. Baseline, Lobo, just an empty pass, had to get rid of it, taken away by the Axe, up the floor, and a lay-in by Yoder. His first points of the second quarter, he's into double figures, and with 1:22 to go in the first, it is now, or first half, it's now 39-24, and head coach Brett Nixon wants to talk about it with his team. He'll take a full timeout. Let's go ahead and use a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. But high school hoops on this Friday night here on the Score, brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue. That's McClendon Smokehouse. First half action, 39-24. South Eugene out to a 15-point lead, their largest margin of the night. Out of a full timeout by Roseburg. The Indians will have it, facing some pressure in the backcourt. They got 2 players on Trey Brown back there, who has entered into the game. He gets it and gets it right back to Frabel. So Roseburg with Michael, Brown, Frabel, Kemmerly, and Sprague on the floor. Whip a pass out to the top. Kemmerly's pass interception. Taking it up the floor goes Perry, and he will not be able to get the bucket to go, but he'll get to go to the free throw line on a foul by Brown. So Trey Brown will pick up his first. That is the 15th foul against Roseburg, as Coach Nixon will have a conversation with Kemmerly after the turnover. At the free throw line, Perry is 1 for 3, and he is now 2 for 4. As he hits the first, make it 40-24. Another free throw coming. Tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Second free throw goes down, 41-24. Roseburg up the far sideline. Brown running the point. Angles right side. Push pass into the hands of Michael. He gets trapped at the top. Whips a pass around a defender. A long 3 by Kemmerly. No. Rebound gets tipped out. And it'll be South Eugene to take it. Then we've got a whistle behind the play. And I think this is going to be a foul on Kemmerly. Or excuse me, a foul on Sprague, as he might have gotten tangled up with Connor Weatherly. And some frustrations by Preston Sprague as he makes his way down the floor. So with the Axe now in the bonus, South Eugene will have free throws coming here. First one goes down for Connor Weatherly. The senior gets a rousing round of applause as he puts it down. 42-24. He knocks down the second one as well. It's quickly turned into a 19-point lead for South Eugene. Frabel through the center circle. Looks for a screen, goes to the right side on the screen by Michael. Sets up on that wing, a jump pass into the middle. Sprague getting bumped, has to dip it out. And that cleared things open for Kemmerly. He attacked, tried to go with the reverse lay-in, can't get it to go. I feel for Preston Sprague in the middle. He is going against big bodies down there, and it's not just one. They've got a whole plethora of big guys in that middle. Preston Sprague, a bit undermanned, working in the middle as the lone kind of big for Roseburg, and that's a tough task. He's just getting frustrated without finding a lot of room to work. Baseline jumper, pretty move by Tristan Frabel. 43-26, down to 7 seconds to go here in the first half. Out to the top, Yoder's triggering on a 3. It's off the rim, no. Gavin Michael with the rebound, and a shot just before the horn. Ooh, hit the side of the backboard. Wasn't too far off. I didn't know if it would have the distance or not, but it did not have the correct trajectory. 43-26 our score here at the halftime break. South Eugene in front of Roseburg. The Indians once again find themselves with a hole to try and dig out of in the second half. We'll come back with the halftime show. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at stats from that first half, recap the action for you, and get you a look at your Winston Auto Care halftime stat update. Back after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here at halftime, where the Roseburg Indians trail against the South Eugene Axe. Our score at the break, 43-26. We'll take a look at your Winston Auto Care stat update here in the halftime break. Taking a look at some of the team numbers from this one so far. Roseburg with 4 3-pointers in the first half. They go 2 for 2 at the free throw line. On the other side, for South Eugene, 2 threes in the first half. And they end up going 7 for 10 at the free throw line in that first half. Largest lead, 19 in that first half. Here at the break, it is currently a 17-point advantage for the Axe. At the end of one, it was just a 7-point lead. South Eugene on top, 19-12. Roseburg did lead in that first quarter, but it was short-lived. They did go back and forth for a while, but South Eugene finished strong. In the second quarter, South Eugene outscores Roseburg by 10, 24-14, helping them stretch the lead out in that second period. At the break, 43-26 is our score. We'll go ahead and take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll look at individual scoring, and we'll take a look at our scoreboard of some of the other games going on of note here tonight. At the halftime break, 43-26, South Eugene in front of Roseburg on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Here at the halftime break, South Eugene leading against Roseburg Winston Auto Care, our stat update sponsor here in the winter sports season. Winston Auto Care, you're a home team for auto repair for over 25 years. You can give them a call at 541-679-8685. Individual scoring from the first half. Leading man for Roseburg with 6 points, Preston Sprague. Also 6 for Jaden Kemmerly, 5 for Harrison Scott and Tristan Frabel. And then you've got 2 points in the game for Gannon Egbert. On the other side, you've got 3 players in double figures, and it's the 3 that we expected. With 12 points, Elijah Gabriel. He had 9 in the second quarter. Cameron Perry comes alive for 7 in the second period. He's got 11 total. And then Calvin Yoder had 8 in the first. He has 10 here at halftime. Also 4 points for Levi Cohen, 2 points for Robin Lynn, and Connor Weatherly with 2 as well. Well, we told you some scores from earlier, but let's get a rundown of what we have here for you. Here at South Eugene High School, the JV2 team got a 55-44 victory. The JV team lost 59-52. Back at Roseburg High School tonight, 57-31. The Roseburg girls get a victory on top of the South Eugene Lady Axe. In the Southwest Conference in boys action, Sheldon stays undefeated in league play, gets a 74-58 win over North Medford. And Grants Pass a 77-46 win on top of Willamette. So your current standings in the Southwest Conference, Sheldon at 6-0. South Medford is at 5-1, 1 game behind the first place Irish. South Eugene currently at 3-2, looking to try and keep pace and get within 2 games of the leader Sheldon. Grants Pass improves to 3-3. North Medford falls to 2-4. Willamette goes to 1-5, and you've got Roseburg at 0-5 in conference play. That is a look at some scores here from this evening's action. We've got one more timeout to get to here on the halftime break as we get ready for this one to continue on. It is a full house here tonight at South Eugene High School. A good crowd showing up this evening, and we are excited to have them with us here tonight. Excited to have you with us here on The Score as well. Don't forget you can subscribe to Roseburg High School Sports. Watch the 1490 The Score YouTube channel here on 541radio.com and on 1490 The Score on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button to follow the action with us. 1 minute timeout. Back with the second half on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Douglas County is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Just about to get the second half underway. I believe it'll be South Eugene basketball now moving right to left on your radio dial in the home white jerseys. Roseburg in the road black jerseys will be moving to left to right on your radio dial. Got to give some kudos to the South Eugene pep band. They performed very well there at halftime. They're a very talented band. Always enjoy the Roseburg band, but South Eugene putting together a good performance. Pass taken away. Out in front goes Sprague, and he will go up for a throwdown. Oh, there's a little bit of emotion for the Indians to start the second half. A big dunk for Preston Sprague. One of the first times he's been able to get one to actually go down in a game. See him do it during practices and warm-ups, but he gets one to go there. Ball off the mark by Robin Lynn. Got his own rebound, though. They make the extra pass underneath. Double clutch, and Levi Cohen will answer the 2 on the other side. 45-28 early going here in the second half. Harrison Scott, Egbert, Sprague, Frabel, and Kemmerly out on the floor for Roseburg to start this second half. You've got Yoder, Perry, Gabriel, Cohen, and Lynn, the original starting 5 on the floor to start the second half for the Axe. Out to the top, Lynn, left-hand dribble, turns it back around. They'll reset at the top. Pump fake right, go left. Yoder drives in, misses, but gets his own rebound and puts it in. Second chance points for the Axe, 47-28. Back out to a 19-point lead. Kemmerly thought about stepping into a 3 from straight away, finds the cutter, and then trying to make the extra pass. Harrison got it to Sprague in the middle, and he does get a whistle. Put up a shot, got hit, and so there's not much behind it. He expected a whistle, didn't get one, was kind of frustrated, just had a shy smile on his face, and was turning to head the other direction, but ended up getting the whistle late, and he felt rewarded by that. Timeout taken by South Eugene, and the Axe will take a 30-second break. Let's go ahead and get it in as well on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here at the Purple Pit, as headed to the line for the first time tonight will be Preston Sprague. And his first one rattles around and drops in. Moments ago, for those that are watching online, this was his throwdown. Not too shabby there for the junior. That was pretty sweet there. He's got one more free throw coming here. Second one doesn't go. The rebound is tipped out. It'll be South Eugene basketball. Into the front court comes Gabriel, whips it left side. Yoder's going to try a 3, and he'll hit it. His first 3 of the night. 50-29, up the floor, off the glass, and down for a bucket and the foul for Tristan Frabel. Frabel will get a chance to go to the line for the 3-point play. Nice little burst there for Roseburg. And the free throw goes through as well. So Frabel gets a bucket and the foul. 50-32. A 3 from the top is short, but the rebound, those bigs by South Eugene, they're rebounding well tonight. Into the corner, Cohen a 3, and the second opportunity falls for the Axe. 53-32. From the left side, circling out to the top, driving down the middle goes Frabel, but he can't get the up and under to go. They lob up the front. Oh, tried a monster dunk. It ricochets out for Gabriel, and down with the rebound was Kemmerly. Good job getting back to put some pressure on for Roseburg. Dump underneath. And I believe that was Egbert on the lay-in underneath. I have to look through some bars here to watch this game and trying to run the camera myself. 53-34 after the made bucket there for the Indians. Left side, a 3 by Cohen. Back iron, no. Rebound, got loose underneath. Gabriel's open, and he's got an easy 2 from right under the bucket. 55-34. 21-point lead. Attacking with the left hand. Here goes Harrison Scott. He throws it off the glass, and Harrison will get one to fall. First point since the first quarter for Harrison Scott. Out on the far side, 55-36 your score. Driving in, no, and going down hard was Gabriel for South Eugene. Coming up the floor, got bumped. Kemmerly tried to throw it into the corner. It got picked off, but then a loose ball as the Yoder went down. It ends up in the hands of Harrison Scott. He will not hit a 3. Roseburg trying to pressure Yoder as he does get it away. And up the floor, a lob towards the rim. They tried to go with an alley-oop. Gabriel couldn't get it, but he feeds Cohen cutting to the rim, and he puts in another 2. 4:21 to go in the third quarter. 57-36. Frabel goes across the left side. Everybody's going down and going down hard. Frabel slow to get up the floor. A leaning lay-in goes down for Cohen. 59-36. South Eugene extending the lead here in the third quarter. Frabel back up and working. Gets to the free throw line, backed his way in. His pass was tipped. And it's taken away by South Eugene. And then a whistle against Roseburg. The foul goes on Harrison Scott, who picks up his second. That might have been Scott that committed the turnover. South Eugene will get the basketball back. Into the game comes Brody Domnich, a freshman. Angling right side, a short handoff to Yoder. Into the corner for Lynn. He drives baseline, gets right to the rim. Egbert there to try and challenge, but it just wasn't enough to be straight up in his way. Lynn will have the two. 61-36. Deep three, or I'm not sure if that was a pass or a three. I think Harrison Scott intended it as a pass to Sprague. Sprague might have thought it was a shot, so he was turning to try and rebound. Yoder took it away, hands it off, left side, almost taken away from Lynn. Now they do get an extra hand in there, and now up the floor. Here comes Harrison Scott, tries to Euro step around the defense. He does, goes to the floor, doesn't get a whistle, but he does hit the bucket. 61-38. Lynn, toss it across the floor to Yoder, who bounces it away to the freshman Domnich. Back to Yoder for a right wing three. It rattles off. Rebound comes down to Trey Brown into the game. He's looking down the floor. Doesn't push it up. He'll walk it across the timeline. Under 3 to go in the third quarter. Kemmerly enters it down to Egbert. He gets trapped underneath. He goes up right underneath the bucket and lays it over the front of the rim. Gannon Egbert with his 6th point of the night. He's got 4 here in the period. 61-40. 2:34 to go. Out to the right side. Yoder gets the defense in the air. Able to recover with Sprague. Toss out to the top, but can't. Connor Weatherly hits his first field goal of the night, a three-pointer, to make it 64-40. A 24-point game, largest lead of the night for the Axe, as a whistle out on the far side of the floor. Call the foul against Robin Lynn, his 3rd. And it's going to send Harrison Scott to the free throw line. Tonight's ball game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Scott gets the first. And by Evergreen Family Medicine. Expect the unexpected at Evergreen Family Medicine, serving Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, and Sutherland. Evergreen offers more than traditional primary care. You can expect more from Evergreen. Both free throws go down for Harrison Scott, and then a timeout taken down on the floor. We'll go ahead and get in a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Third quarter here from South Eugene's Purple Pit. Tonight's game brought to you by Waldron's Outdoor Sports. Whether you're looking for supplies for hunting season or fishing season, they've got you covered. Check out all the gear over at their new location at 450 Northeast Stevens Street in Roseburg. 2:13 to go. Pass across the floor, picked off by Harrison Scott. Roseburg's defense comes up with a stop. He feeds it to Egbert, who gets hit going up, doesn't get a whistle, was frustrated by it. Shot doesn't go. Yoder up the floor, has it poked out from behind, and it'll go across the baseline, and South Eugene will get the basketball back. Inbounding will be Domnich from the baseline. Gets it into Yoder, cutting down the left side of the lane. Gets trapped. Kicks out. Schaefer back out to Lynn. Down to 21 on the shot clock. Domnich with it on the left side. One dribble, pounds it out to the top and gives it away to Schaefer, who picks up his dribble, gets trapped between the circles, gives it away to Domnich. Out to the top now, driving in, kick into the left side, a corner three, too strong by Lynn. Rebound, Harrison Scott there for it. Brings the ball up the floor. Going right down Broadway, got knocked to the floor, loses the basketball out of bounds. He was, I think, hoping for a foul call. Didn't get that, but Roseburg does retain the possession. Minute 28 to go here in the third quarter. Scott will lob it out to the top for Sprague. Sprague surveying from out top. Gives it up to Brown. Brown driving down the right side into the corner for Kemmerly. Hey, he's got another one. Jaden Kemmerly has his third three of the night. 64-45. Down to a minute 6 to go. And counting. Right side, Yoder at the wing. Looks for a cutter. Sends it to the top. Schaefer swings it left side at the wing. Back down underneath to Yoder. Backs his way in. Out to Domnich. Might have traveled. Instead, it gets taken away from him anyways. Roseburg in transition. Where's a foul? Schaefer is all over Kemmerly. No whistle. They let it go up the floor. And Domnich gets blocked at the rim, and it's a wedgie again. Second game in a row. We get one wedged in at the rim. And it's going to be a jump ball in favor of Roseburg. Domnich wanted a whistle. I think all's fair there. They were all over Kemmerly. You had Schaefer sticking his arm in each direction, just was poking in, prodding each direction as if he was trying to give Kemmerly give Kemmerly a physical there. It was a lot, but no whistle. I guess all's fair on the other side. Pass into the middle. Sprague, quick move, but he can't finish at the rim. Had a good move, but it just didn't go, and now he's going to commit the foul out of frustration in the backcourt. But that was no more reaching in than what was going on against Kemmerly earlier in this period. Foul called against Sprague, his second. And it'll be an inbound just near their own bench for South Eugene. Quick turnaround three, no, but a rebound comes down to Domnich. His shot from right underneath doesn't go. Loose ball, almost out on the baseline, taken away by Scott. Harrison races up the floor in the middle, and he finds himself a free angle from the left side and lays it in, 64-47. Down to 6 seconds to go in the third quarter. Cohen picks it up out at the top. He kicks it left side for a three by Schaefer. It won't go. And we will head to the fourth quarter with Roseburg trailing 64-47. Back after this 1 minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Start the fourth quarter with South Eugene having the basketball, moving right to left on your radio dial. Cohen empties it down underneath, gets it to Perry, who will back his way in, out to the top. A three by Weatherly, no. Rebound pulled down by Schaefer, gets it to Cohen, makes the backdoor pass over the top to Perry, who lays it in. Perry had a scoreless third quarter, but he starts off the fourth quarter with scoring, makes it 66-47. Harrison Scott going to try a deep three. That one halfway down. It comes out. Fight for the loose ball, and it is tipped around and out of bounds to Roseburg. Good effort there by Gannon Egbert to fight for that loose ball and give Roseburg a chance to get it back and a second chance opportunity here. It'll roll out of bounds on the near side, so Roseburg will inbound it near the scorer's table. Final period of play here as the first half of Southwest Conference play will wrap up. A step back three doesn't fall for Harrison Scott. Underneath, fighting for position. Preston Sprague got pushed out of the way. The Axe will bring it up. Left side, Cohen steps right around the defense, and he can't get it to finish. Ball gets tapped to Brown. Brown sends it up the floor on the left side for Harrison Scott. Harrison heaves a pass across the floor, out to Kemmerly. His three does not fall. Back iron rebound pulled down by Gabriel. He'll work his way up the floor into the front court, weaving his way in front of Sprague. Kicks it out right side. A three by Weatherly off the mark and off the fingertips of Gabriel and out of bounds to the Indians. Preston Sprague working hard in the middle. Commend the young man for putting in the effort. He comes out of the game. Gavin Michael will give him a breather. Harrison Scott walks it across the timeline, is into the front court, straight away, crossover, inside the arc, pulls up for the two, no. Underneath, Gavin Michael tipped it away. The ball gets saved right back to him. He goes up, get the bucket and the foul. Gavin Michael back from injury, gets on the scorebook. Michael, his first points of the night, will head to the free throw line for the and one opportunity. That ball got saved right back to him. And he was able to take advantage. Did a nice job fighting through the defender and gets himself to the free throw line. His shot does not go. So it is 66-49. South Eugene in front. Drawing it out between the circles. Attacking right side goes Gabriel. Bounces it down to Perry. He turns left side, working against Kemmerly. Finds a cutter through the middle. Got slapped out of the hands of Cohen, off his leg and out of bounds. Good defense by Roseburg. Marcus Lobo will come in for Gannon Egbert. Lobo making his return from illness. Will help Roseburg bring back some depth to their bench. The return of both Michael and Lobo here tonight. Fadeaway three by Harrison Scott, tipped into the corner, tracked down by the Axe. And here we go the other direction. Up the floor, off his foot. The ball dies out near midcourt. Diving for it was Michael, and he's going to get whistled for the foul. I have that down as the first against Gavin Michael, and it is. It's the first team foul against Roseburg. Inbound from the far sideline. Robin Lynn back into the game, feeds it into Calvin Yoder on the right side. Back out to the top between the circles, left-hand dribble, back to the right hand for Lynn. Trying to direct traffic, looking for cutters. Gets it down underneath to Yoder. He goes around the defender, gets in the lane, and he puts it up. Short jump shot for Yoder. He adds another two to his total here tonight. Pass away right side. 68-49 our score. Down to 5:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Brown, a lot of dribbling, gets around, gets in the middle, lobs into the corner, and he does get a whistle. He had gotten it out to Lobo with an open opportunity, but a whistle stops play as they call a foul against South Eugene. It is Weatherly who picks up his second. Inbound from underneath the bucket for the Tribe. Harrison Scott out to the top for Brown. Retreats to go get it. Now looks to attack with the right hand. Kind of lost a dribble, picks it up at the top, finds Harrison Scott cutting. Scott, a fadeaway jumper doesn't go. Underneath Yoder with the board. Calvin Yoder will bring it up to the midcourt stripe. Gets trapped there, but throws it away to Lynn. Lynn kicks into the corner, far side. Back out, the reset at the top for Lynn. Working against Kemmerly, goes right side, bounce it. They post up Yoder, fadeaway jumper, splashes through. 70 points on the night for South Eugene. Lobo dribbles into the right corner. Out to Scott. Attacks, crossover, in the lane, pulls up for the 8-footer. It doesn't fall. Off the back of the iron, rebound pulled down by Perry. Quickly up the floor comes South Eugene, attacking to the rim. There goes Schaefer, who lays it in. 72-49. Three from the other side, splash it down. Harrison Scott gets his second three of the night. In the left corner, driving in, feed it underneath, and off the glass, Schaefer puts it through. South Eugene just so physical in the middle. They will do well against teams that they can use their advantage in the paint. Shot off the mark by Scott. Kick out. Kemmerly a three. It's short. Grazes the front of the iron. Yoder down with the rebound. Up the floor to Perry. He goes to the rim and soars up to lay it in. It's turned into a track meet here. 76-49. Racing up the other side of the floor now. Harrison Scott left side. Puts his head down. Drives baseline against Lynn. Kicks it into the corner for Brown. He launches one and Brown will hit it. And Trey Brown gets a three-pointer. 76-52. Yoder hands it off to Lynn. Down under 4 minutes to go, nearing the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Yoder left side. Congestion, picks up the dribble, gives it to Perry. Jab step right, goes left, spin to his right, finds Yoder cutting from the top of the key. Ball got loose underneath. Perry picks it up, throws it up at the iron. No. Rebound comes down to Roseburg. Lobo gets it up the floor. Harrison Scott with the finger roll. 76-54. On the far side of the floor, double team on Lynn. He gets it away. Schaefer, one-hand pass into the corner. Out to Yoder for a three. No. Perry underneath with the offensive board. Makes a baseline pass to Schaefer, who gets fouled underneath. I think actually a timeout taken by South Eugene. So timeout there for the Axe. Let's go ahead and keep it right here, but let's take 10 seconds to get into station identification. This is Roseburg High School basketball on The Score. Full timeout down on the floor gives us a chance to let you know tonight's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader, Flyaway Travel. Make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. And Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Stick around in the postgame show. We will run through our Winston Auto Care postgame stat update. And we'll recap this one for you. Tonight's game also brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Coming up next for South Eugene, they start the second half of the season a week from today. They've got a bye next Tuesday. They play at Grants Pass at Heater Newman Gymnasium for their next game a week from tonight against the Cavemen at 6:45. Roseburg back to action on Tuesday next week. They'll play at Grants Pass with a 6:45 tip-off for that one next Tuesday. Inbound out of the timeout went into Schaefer, and he gets fouled in the act of shooting. That foul went against Trey Brown. Lefty at the line. Schaefer's first attempt rims out. Got some new faces in for the Axe here late in this game. Schaefer's second free throw does go down. Gets 1 out of 2, 77-57. Into the front court, applying some pressure. That is Tashi Alessi. Saw him get some run in the JV game. He's out on the floor for the first time tonight. Tried to get a steal. He was definitely a pest in the JV game, applying some good defense. He will mark Tristan Frabel. Jake Chartier into the game for Roseburg. He tried to set a screen, and Frabel loses the ball. It's taken away. Here comes Schaefer, and he throws it down one-handed. 79-57. Nearing their season high for South Eugene. Their season best was 80 points. Lob across the floor. Frabel from the free throw line. Pulls up. Back iron. Oh, can't get the friendly roll here at the Purple Pit. Down to 1:56 and counting. Out at the top, Domnich, pass it away to Schaefer, left side. Schaefer, the senior, been a good guy off the bench. Jump pass, and it's taken away. Alan Yon gives it up. Tristan Frabel into the front court, almost lost it, gets it back, gives it away to Trey Brown. Brown, couple of head shakes, goes right side, gets a screen. Behind his back dribble, makes a extra pass, and he finds Gavin Michael. 2 points for the Tribe, 79-59. 119 and counting. Frabel marking against Alessi. Jan gives it left side to Domnich. Got his defender in the air, drives in, pulls up for the jumper. A long one just inside the arc, and the rebound kicks down to Frabel. Tristan working to get some pressure in the backcourt, gets into the front court with the left-hand dribble, and now a whistle. Call that foul against Alessi, the sophomore, getting some run here in the fourth quarter with this game pretty much in hand for the Axe. 55.7 seconds to go. Roseburg will inbound from the far sideline. Frabel needs somebody to get open. He'll get it into Lobo, who has to throw it off of the ankle of Connor Weatherly. And Roseburg will keep the possession and have it now on the baseline. Inbound goes into Michael. They were able to weave that pass right through the middle of the defense. That was a good pass. Michael couldn't finish it, though, as the defense recovered. Going to the rim, and scoring was Alan Yon, a sophomore. 81-59, new season high for South Eugene, and now a pass taken away underneath. Up the floor, they get it to Domnich. And the freshman Brody Domnich gets 2 points, 83-59. Around this defender, Frabel puts it up. Oh, that ball almost goes down. Kicks off the iron. Up the floor, Domnich makes a pass back. Gets it to Schaefer. Tried to get it to the senior to give him a chance at some more points. But he goes crashing through the defender, Jake Chartier, and a whistle will stop play. Actually, I thought they were going to call a foul. It was just out of bounds. Last touch by Roseburg. Inbound. Alessi, left side. Domnich, catch and shoot three. It rims off. Rebound down to Marcus Lobo. Down to 2 seconds. 1 second from half court. Off the mark, and we are final. 83-59, your final score here tonight from the Purple Pit. The South Eugene Axe will get the victory to wrap up the first half of Southwest Conference play. Again, the final score, 83 for the Axe, 59 for the Tribe. Don't go anywhere. We come back with the postgame show after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Final here from South Eugene's Purple Pit. It is 83-59. Joey Keeran here with you as we wrap things up tonight here and we finish out the first half of the Southwest Conference season. Roseburg will fall to 0-18 on the year, 0-6 in conference play. South Eugene now improves to 10-9 on the season. They are now 4-3 in conference play. South Eugene will be in third place in the conference standings after the first time through, and they will be 2 games behind league leader Sheldon, the defending conference champions. So that is where things sit after the first half of the Southwest Conference season. Roseburg tonight, they did have a lead in the first quarter. They were definitely hanging around for a bit there, but then, as it tends to happen, teams start getting a little bit more comfortable and start putting up some points. And South Eugene, just their depth and their size in the middle, able to pull away from Roseburg in the first half, and they continue to extend the lead in the second half as they win this one 83-59 here tonight. Let's take a look at some of the individual numbers from the ball game here this evening. For the Roseburg Indians tonight, leading scorer, 18 points for Harrison Scott. And then 9 points in the game for Jaden Kemmerly, 8 for Tristan Frabel, 9 for Preston Sprague, Gavin Michael with 4, Gannon Egbert with 6, Trey Brown with 3, and that is your scoring tonight for Roseburg. On the other side, for South Eugene with 19 points, Calvin Yoder leading the way, 15 for Cameron Perry, 14 for Elijah Gabriel, 13 for Levi Cohen, 4 for Robin Lynn, 2 for Brody Domnich, 2 for Alan Yon, 9 for Julius Schaefer, 5 for Connor Weatherly. And South Eugene setting a new season high with 83 points. Well, another one where Roseburg, I know you look at the record and it is what it is, and Roseburg's earned that record, unfortunately, but they've been playing better as of late, and they're hopefully getting a bit more healthier. Gavin Michael, his first game back here tonight. You had Marcus Lobo back from an illness, getting him back up to speed, and they were without Parker Rogers tonight. I'm pretty sure he was injured. He was in the pregame. We heard Coach mention that they get some guys back, but they lost another guy to an injury. I believe that guy was Parker Rogers. Saw him limping around before the game tonight, so that's unfortunate for Roseburg. Hopefully he'll be able to get back out there on the floor soon because he provides some depth for the Indians. But, yeah, hopefully they continue to kind of get back up to full speed with their guys back out there on the floor, and they got to kind of keep gelling as this season goes on, and maybe they can catch one here in the second half of the league season coming up to try and get that first win of the season. Want to say thanks to everybody that helped make this one possible, including our stat update sponsor here in the postgame, Winston Auto Care, your home team for auto repair for over 25 years. Give them a call at 541-679-8685. Coming up next for the South Eugene Axe, they've got Tuesday off next week, and then they head to Grants Pass a week from tonight. For the Roseburg Indians, they'll go to Grants Pass to take on the Cavemen coming up on Tuesday, starting out the second half of league play. Tuesday night, we head to Heater Newman Gymnasium for that contest against the Cavemen. Pre-game coverage should start about 6:30 for you here on The Score. You can also watch the game streaming live on our 1490 The Score YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button to follow the action with us throughout this season. That is going to do it for us, folks. Here, want to say thanks to the South Eugene Axe for hosting us here tonight. Athletic Director Jim Moore, appreciate him getting us set up, having a table for us and a spot ready to go to broadcast from here tonight. So thanks so much to the Axe for hosting us this evening. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, Head Coach Brett Nixon, the entire Roseburg basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio doing the radio production for us here tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keeran. They're loading everything up, so it's time for us to pack it up as well. We'll talk to you next Tuesday night when Roseburg is headed to Grants Pass to take on the Cavemen in another Southwest Conference contest starting the second half of league play. The game will get started at 6:45. Our broadcast coverage begins at 6:45. 8:30. You can find it streaming on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, or you can always follow Roseburg High Sports right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM.